Terrance Plummer in Orlando. It just feels right, doesn't it?
It does. It does. The O got a special place in my heart because of the fact that this is where I went to college and spent probably the best 4 years of my young life. Everybody talks about you probably need college. Coming out of high school, that little bit of time in which you're not considered a full adult, but you're away from your parents, and so you got a little time to develop. I think I developed a lot being in Orlando. I'm so thankful for everything that this city has brought me, especially the people that I've met, the relationships that I've built, and the love that I feel while I'm here. So to be back, man, it's just a major blessing. You can't script it any better. That's how I know it's the universe and God always taking control of it.
How did the XFL first connect with you, and then how did you feel when you saw Orlando Guardians were going to be the ones most interested in you?
Yeah, it's crazy. I gotta thank Coach Snyder, Mark Snyder, my linebacker coach. Like I was trying to say earlier, I was a COVID baby, in which when I was done playing football in 2020 because of COVID, I kind of got lost in the sauce. A lot of players were coming out from college during that time. I didn't get to finish my season. The world was under, a crazy time in which we was in the pandemic. So I got to thank Coach Snyder. He actually recruited me to be a South Florida Bull. I didn't end up going there. Now he's my linebacker coach, and he remembered me from the times he had recruited me and saw that I was a pro. He saw my name was in the XFL draft pool, and we reconnected. He brought me out to some private workouts. We got a really good relationship. He's always encouraging me and telling me how to get better. He has the best stories about football. So that's how I got reconnected with the XFL, through Coach Mark Snyder and also Tony Carter. He has seen me a couple times. He's a Jacksonville guy. He knew I was putting in the work. So that's how I got another opportunity to come out here and be Orlando Guardian.
You were almost once, right, an Orlando Apollo. Yeah. Remind folks of that story.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I was going through a time in which I was away from Canada. 2019 had rolled around. I was looking for another opportunity to play football. I had kind of not taken my opportunity in Canada. I wanted to stay in the States. And sure enough, about around week 5, week 6, Orlando Apollos called me and said, "Hey man, we need a linebacker, man. We know you love Orlando. How about you come down and come join the team?" So I packed up my bags, got everything that I needed, drove down that day. Started meeting the coaches, everything like that. And I get into the physical room, and I'm getting a physical from the doctor. Next thing you know, I see Coach Spurrier walking down the hall with that crazy fast walk. He looked mad and frustrated. I'm like, man, what's going on? The doctor left the office, came back in and said, "Hey man, we can't finish your physical." I said, "Why?" "Well, the league just went under, man. This is my last day working." So it was just like one of those moments, you always remember, because I just remember seeing the players and how frustrated they were that, the season had ended so abruptly, especially with it rolling already into week 6, kind of like what happened to me. And I've been a part of that twice with XFL 2020. So, it's one of those crazy little things that happened to me over the course of my career.
And after the XFL then went under because of COVID, where did you go? What were you doing?
Well, I just, when I didn't have football for the first time in my life, and I needed to make money because I have a beautiful wife that I'm married to now and everything like that. I just had to kind of learn what life was like without football. And I think that's really the reason why I'm enjoying it now more than ever, because I'm able to be in the moment, because I know what it's like not to have football. I actually was working different jobs. I became a woodworker with one of my close friends. Then we stopped doing that. Then I started working at Dick's Sports Good just for a little while. Just, keep training, making everything happen. Then I got my degree from UCF. And then I started working at B3 Betters, a sports performance gym in Jacksonville. I utilizing some of my degree to teach kids about, sports performance, how to make their bodies the best that they can be, mentally and physically. And that's what I've been doing over the last year and a half, just really training kids. I got my own linebacker academy that I do over there at B3 Better. Actually sent a couple kids to college this last few years, so it's been pretty good. I know what I'm gonna be doing after I'm done playing football, and just giving back to the youth and the kids. But that's what I was doing during that time. I was training, staying ready, and training kids.
This opportunity comes along. It just shows that you love this game, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. Most definitely. And I also have I don't want to say I have a chip on my shoulder, but I also know what type of player I am and the product that I put on the field throughout my whole entire professional career. And because of injuries before in Canada, misdiagnosis, misdiagnosis of my injuries and stuff like that. I feel like people had kind of got a bad rap of who I was and what I brought to the table, because I had never been an injured player before, and all of a sudden in 1 year, everything changed. So I have a little bit of a chip on my shoulder, really because I really love this game, and I feel like it got taken away from me for 3 years, and it was a really tough time for me, but it really hardened me. It really showed me how to grow up and become a better man, and if I really want something, it's always out there for me. I just got to believe and put the work in. So this opportunity means everything to me. I'm gonna do the most with this opportunity that I can, God willing, and just blessed to be able to play football again. I really love this game. I really been through some tough times because of it, but it's made me better as a man.
Season opener is coming soon. You've been grinding in camp in Texas. At this point in your career, how's it feel? How's the body feel when you're going through camp?
Yeah, it's tough. It can be tough, right? As you get a little older, you get a little bit more nicks and bruises. I think I take really good care of myself, and because I haven't been playing football, I feel like even though I'm 29 years old, I feel like I'm 25 years old because of the years that I missed not being able to play the game, and me just really working out, really locking in and honing in on what my body needs. So, training camps are always tough, nicks and bruises, but I feel pretty good, and I'm going to be excited for this first game. I know I'm going to be 100% rocking full speed. So, you got to go through those nicks and bruises during camp so you can get to these moments right here.
And you've stayed connected to UCF. Of course, UCF moving to the Big 12. They welcome Baylor some 10 years after UCF. You remember that game, don't you? Maybe a little defensive MVP. What do you think of this? UCF making this move to the Big 12.
This is what we always wanted. I think it gets lost in the shuffle about what kind of like where UCF was and where we've been. In 2013, we were in a BCS qualifying conference. If Louisville would have ended up going undefeated that year, they might have had a chance to play in the national championship. Same thing with us. We play great teams at UCF, and we've beaten great teams at UCF. And now we finally get to the point where when we look at that schedule, all the teams that said that UCF can't play with these guys, now we get to prove it. And that's gonna put a target on our back, but that's gonna make us rise up. That's what we do at UCF. It's just something about the water out there on Gemini Boulevard, man. It's just something about it. And we play good ball, and we've been playing good ball for a long time. And now the nation is gonna have to recognize that as we come out there this year.
2013 had to happen to pave the way for the success of 2017 and since. How important does that 2013 team mean to you?
It means everything to me. Some of my closest lifelong friends are still on that team. Josh Reese, Jordan McCray, Justin Tooks, Clayton Gallis, Brandon Alexander, Torian Wilson. I still talk to these guys daily. Bashar Perriman, Renell Hall, Jacoby Glenn. Like we still talk. We still have a bond. We still remember those times, and that's just because we were forged in the fire during that year. People might not remember it. We were called Cardiac Knights. You know how many close games we had? But I think we won those close games because of the love that we had for each other, not because of the fact that we were better than this team or the fact that our X's and O's, this game was better than that. It was just really the love that we had for each other is the reason why we was able to pull off so many big games, so many upsets, and really do something that nobody had ever seen done at UCF before, win a BCS Bowl. And then 2017 come and 2018 come, and we got some of the most legendary players in his school history. And what's crazy is some of those guys from that 2017, 2018 was freshmen on that 2013 team. You know what I mean? So they got to see it. And then they went through a tough time, and they came back and forged another winning culture and tradition. So, it's just something about being a Knight that people just can't take away from us.
When fans watch the Guardians on TV or in person, what are they going to see from the 2023 version of Terrance Plummer?
Man, just probably the best version of myself. The one that's really locked in and focused on the task at hand, really living in the moment. In the past, it probably was in moments in my professional career, you're thinking about the next day or what may happen with cuts and this, that, and the third. But now, I just know I just got to control what I do on the field during that present time. And that's all that really matters to me, really living in the moment. I pray daily that God helps me become a leader of men, helping my teammates, get to the best version of themselves, and I do that by leading by example and trying to be the best version of myself. I really feel like I'm a multiplier, so I hope I can multiply this energy off into my teammates, and we play some great ball this year.